you're someone who knows how to do marketing, technically, you know how you should be marketing yourself, but you're not doing it for some reason, you're holding yourself back, you're, avoiding visibility, you're struggling with being seen in general, like you'd find it so much easier to market someone else or a product or somebody else's service rather than yourself, then this video is for you. And here I want to acknowledge that first of all, it is completely normal. Building a brand for yourself or doing marketing for yourself is so much more difficult. I don't think many people understand this, especially when you're actually showing up as your full authentic self. Like if you're somebody who's putting up the front that you're putting up everywhere else in your career, or pretending to be the same person like that you've pretended to be for X amount of time, and you're just gonna keep that act going, then it's going to be very easy to just talk about all of your achievements and successes and whatnot. But if you're somebody who's ready for a different kind of conversation, maybe you're a heart-centered leader or someone who has gone through the path of knowing oneself, and you're working on that and you're uncovering more and more of who you are, and you're more interested in showing up with passion and purpose, and you want to build a business that's heart-centered, it is going to be incredibly difficult to show up from that place if you're not used to that level of vulnerability in public. And that's because when you're doing marketing for yourself, it involves your emotions, your fears, and just straight up being human. So today I want to share with you 5 ways to think of this differently that will hopefully help you show up and be comfortable with visibility. And just know that the more you practice this, the easier it gets. Trust me. Okay, the first thing I want you to know is you are not selling yourself. Understand this. Even though it can feel that way, it can feel like you're building a brand for yourself. It's a personal brand. I'm selling myself. You're not selling yourself. Technically, you're still selling a service. You could never really sell yourself, who you really are. So once you understand that, then you understand that there is a clear distinction between who you really are and the brand that you are building. That when people reject your brand, they're not really rejecting you, they reject the facade or the projection that they have about you. And that's really none of your business. And actually, similarly, if they love the brand, they're loving the projection in who they are, and they're seeing it reflected in you. So it's really none of your business. You're just walking around and being a mirror. The second thing I want you to keep in mind is that even if people are straight up rejecting you, the human being, it still doesn't change your value, and it doesn't change anything about your reality. It's just their opinion of you. And I don't know how to say this politely, but that doesn't fucking matter, because nobody's opinion, like, compliments are nice, and yeah, I advise you to be selective and believe them over, criticism. And that's not because it's comfortable, well, yeah, that too, but also because it doesn't matter what is true, because there's no such thing in my book as true or untrue. Like, truth is very subjective. Unlike fact, which we can measure with empirical evidence, truth is really all about how a person sees it, and it's all about perspectives. So it doesn't matter what is true, only how helpful that truth really is. So be selective about what you believe to be true about you, right? And most of all, know that the only opinion that matters is really your own opinion. This is not just a nice little thing that I'm telling you to make you feel better. I really mean it. All of life is happening internally, if you think about it. The whole experience is happening internally. Okay, we overthink how much people think about us, and I need you to know this one thing. People are not going to think about you as much as you think about yourself, and people will never criticize you or judge you as much as you criticize or judge yourself. So one key takeaway here is, if you can live with yourself, if you can live with your own self-judgment for this many hours, this many days, this many months, weeks, whatever, years, lifetimes that you have judged yourself, if you can survive that, you can surely survive a passing stranger thinking something or saying something, or maybe not, who knows. The third thing I want you to keep in mind is that for every person who doesn't like you or your brand, doesn't matter again, there's going to be somebody who likes it, there's going to be somebody who enjoys it, there's going to be somebody who finds it valuable. So go where your energy is welcomed. And 4, think of all the people who will be so glad that you have decided to take this step forward. I know there were many content creators, there were many entrepreneurs, there are many brand builders, there are many marketers, there are many nutrition specialists and copywriters and designers and people of all sorts, product creators, who told me that they had that bit of or a lot of resistance, and they were too afraid in the beginning, and they ultimately decided to take that step and do it. And I was so thankful that they did, because the world wouldn't have what they had, and we wouldn't know who they are. We wouldn't have had those connections. And I'm sure you can think of some products or services or things that you love in life that are not free, okay? I'm just not talking about nature and life and all of that. We're talking about like products, right? Services, whatever. Things that you've paid money for. Think of something that you actually like or love, a brand that you appreciate. Aren't you glad that that person decided to just do it? I mean, I know I definitely am. 5, and the best way I know to overcome this fear of visibility is to take your focus away from yourself and instead put it on how the service or product that you're creating, the thing that you're putting out in the world, how it's solving a problem, how it's helping people meet a desire, how it's helping people achieve something. Don't make it about yourself. Make it about them and helping them out. This is why this is so much easier if you love what you do and who you do it for. If you love the people that you serve and you love the thing that you talk about and that you create and that you're selling, it's going to be a lot easier to keep this going. And if you're still not sure about the value of what you're creating, you're like, well, how do I know that? And I got you, don't worry. Like, there isn't a self-worth mindset, thing that I didn't go through in the process. Okay, so I've got something for you. I'll create a separate video. I'll actually put it either in descriptions or try to link it here somehow at the end of this video, or you'll find it in the description box eventually if I publish this one before the other one. Bear with me, I'm still figuring shit out, okay? But I will someday, keep checking the description box. Someday there will be a link for a video that explains how to truly understand the value of what you're offering. Because I know I didn't get it. And a lot of people didn't get it. And a lot of people I sit down with and I try to help them see the value in what they do. I'm like, oh my God, you really, you don't know how great you are and how great your stuff is. And it's because we don't see the value in what we have, and we project, and we downplay it, and we're so used to doing this that we don't really understand how freaking valuable it is that what we're offering. So if you're afraid of being delusional and you're like, how do I know how to, I got you. I'll give you some questions that you can ask that will really explain to you and get you to clarify the value of what you're offering, so that you can communicate it to other people, but more importantly, you can communicate it to yourself, because that level of certainty and that energy is truly irreplaceable. You need to have that in your business. And finally, I want to repeat what I said earlier, that if you can live with your own self-judgment, you can certainly live with other people's judgments, because you're already going through it. Like, whatever it is that you're afraid of is never going to be as bad or as scary as what you're already surviving by being in your own head. So get out of your head, stop judging yourself, stop judging other people too, because, by the way, that really helps you with your own self-judgment. In fact, when you stop judging other people, you will stop worrying about other people judging you. Ask me how I know, okay? And just don't really... how do I say that? Don't worry about the outer world. It's just all a fucking illusion. Like, it's all one big soup of nothingness. Just do your thing here, whatever here is. Do your thing internally, work through it. And if you're aligned and you're okay, the outer world is really just a reflection of what's happening internally. So thank you for watching. Again, I'll put the other video somewhere in the description someday, somehow. And thank you for watching. I love you. And wait, hold on one second. My name is Aliana, if you're catching me for the first time. I am Aliana Bargawi. I am founder at Brands Are Alive. We help mindful and creative entrepreneurs bring their full self-expression, their weirdness, their craziness, everything that makes them who they are, that spice, that color. You know what I'm talking about. That mojo, I love it. That spirit, bring it to everything they create. That is what makes me feel alive. As a marketer, as a brand strategist, that's what I love. Helping people connect with who they really are and bring out their inner child and, that kind of stuff. I don't know, like, just talking about it makes me so fucking excited. I want you to be able to have that level of aliveness in your business, that level of excitement in everything that you do and everything that you create. And really being able to connect with people who are like you. Make your life easy and simple. Don't complicate it. Don't work with people that you don't vibe with. Don't do stuff that's not fun. Don't fucking overthink it. Yeah. All right. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.